Hello and welcome to today's Facecast. Today we're in the New Testament, the letter to the church in Colossae, so that's Colossians chapter 3 verses 23 and 24. Paul, who wrote this letter, has been writing to the Colossians and giving them some teaching. Now bear in mind that slavery at that time was normal. It was part of the normal everyday world. And so he was writing to them about the attitudes they should have. And he writes a bit here. He said, slaves, obey your earthly masters. Seems a strange thing for us to say today. You'd want the slaves to rebel and set themselves free. But if they did set themselves free, they would probably run to the anti-slavery cause that was on the go, on the march, rather than turn to Christ, as this reading and others would have them do. Anyway, here is the passage for today. Whatever you do, again, this is whether it's slaves or you and I, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for men. Since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward, it is the Lord Christ you are serving. That's interesting, isn't it? So he's saying to slaves, you may be in a position of slavery, you may be being persecuted, oppressed, but do everything that you do as if you're doing it for God, not for the men who are enslaving you. Now, that's quite a big difference. That might make a change to the way that you and I and they act and react. If we think of ourselves as going through a time of drudgery, a difficult time, a heavy time, maybe a lockdown time, we can go through it with that sense of oppression and overbearing negativity. Well, we could do, but here Paul is saying, you know what, whatever situation you're in, turn your face to the Lord and say that you're doing whatever you're doing, behaving how you should be behaving and doing what you're doing it for God, you're doing it for Jesus. If you take that attitude, then everything you do and the way that you do it will take on a different aspect, a different view and understanding. How can I turn this day into a day for God? I'm locked down at home, the rain is pouring down, whatever it might be. You're in a situation where you're not entirely free to do whatever you want. What can I do as if for the Lord? Well, I can pray. I can read my Bible. I can listen to worship tapes and songs and CDs. I can go onto YouTube. I can find the resources somewhere to have a good and blessed day. I might even sit down and write a letter to someone or an email, encouraging them, blessing them. That's how we can serve the Lord, if we have the right attitude of mind and heart. So that's our word for today. Do everything you would do as if you're doing it for God. Have a good day. Bye for now.